Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We're going to jump into another Premier Kaldheim draft. I'm enjoying the flexibility to not worry about a match, a best of three timer yet. I think I'll get there. Maybe next week I'll start doing voting, or we'll do a little best of three next week. I'm getting my understanding of the grindier decks better internalized, and that's going to help me play a little faster and make decisions a little faster, and then I'll be able to play in all the queues without feeling like I'm up against a clock that's going to make me play a lot worse. I don't like to do that. Yesterday, I want to point out that we experienced a bug. It was a kind of a mid-game visual bug. What happened was I had attempted to play a land, and it happened to be an uncommon ETB tapped land, right as I was at 0 hourglasses and my rope was about to expire, and I threw the land out there to try and get my land played before it auto-passed the turn on me. And then the turn passed and my land was out there, but it was untapped, which I thought was funny because it's an ETB tapped land, and I thought that was a bug I might have to report. Until a couple turns later when I actually wanted to use that mana for the first time, and it wasn't tappable. And I was like, what's going on here? And we were like, it's not letting me spend this mana. So we bailed out of the client, came back in, and sure enough, once we did that and restarted, that land was in my hand. So these are some classic edge case bug conditions that software can have, where I did something right as something else was trying to happen, and it messed it up. But in a sense, that was good news for us because I got to report my issue to Wizards of the Coast, and they gave me 10,000 gold for the trouble. Yesterday, we had under 5,000 gold and earned some back with grinding, but then I got another extra 10K from Wizards for, race conditions is the technical term for that classic software problem. Token entry, that came from me buying the Mastery Pass. I didn't actually do the math on it. I figured it was going to be close. Apparently, there's been some Mastery Passes that are coming a little bit under if you don't care about the cosmetics. But even those are pretty darn close, so I figured whatever, we'll have some fun. And it comes with a draft token, and so this is a free entry into a draft. Be sure to spend these on your 1,500 level drafts. Don't spend this on a quick draft or something, or you're not getting the max value out of it. So anyway, and I had some trouble. I've been having trouble on air trying to show you the bug reporting, the event issue reporting, because basically it was booting me out of, it was putting me in this login screen that I couldn't get out of, but I figured out my workaround was to open the login screen in a private browser, in a one of those private browser windows that forgets all of the auto info, and so then I got what I needed. But basically, if you ever have an issue with your game experience, be sure to take note of that link. Be sure to let Wizards of the Coast know about it, because they have incredible customer service and are looking to make you happy and are going to give you that refund on a draft that you had a bad time with. And in speaking of incredible customer service that you can count on, Card Kingdom, my sponsor, they're like that too. They stand by everything they do. I had an issue recently where I was trying to do a complicated arrangement with them, and it was someone on me, and I asked for something to happen that was a little bit complicated, and someone was like, "Yeah," and then it got complicated, and I called back later, and she's like, "Well, we can't do this again in the future, but we're gonna work this out now." And I don't want to get into the weeds of it, but the point is, I was a direct beneficiary of their incredible customer service when a transaction I had with them got complicated and needed a return, and needed a hand massaged return, and store credit was involved, and it was a really complicated thing, and I just knew that they would take care of me, and they absolutely did. I got it taken care of. I learned how to do it less complicated with them next time so that we don't have that issue again. But it was nice to see that even though I kind of created the problem, They were there to help me solve it so that we could get on with the business and they could leave themselves with a happy customer, and they sure did. So if you ever need anything from for your tabletop Magic game, please keep my sponsor in mind, and please remember to check them out via my affiliate links in the panels on Twitch, the notes of my YouTube videos, and in chat links. Then they know you got there from here, and it helps keep me on the air. Thank you so much. Card Kingdom. Oh boy, we can enter with all these free options today. Let's go with the token entry, since this is the max value for it, a 1500 gem event. So we'll just use token entry. And we'll get into the draft view. And I'll start adjusting this stuff. Actually, someone in Sam Black's chat that I noticed when I was watching the match, his side of the match, I played against him last night. I thought someone in chat had a good take on the format so far, which is like, it's not that aggro is bad, it's that this seems to be a format of extremes where you either need to be extremely aggressive or extremely snowdurtle, right? So I like that this is a kind of a format without a mid-range. Wow, what a giant pack. We've got all this giant stuff. Invasion of the Giants, Agar, and then classic Demon Bolt. I think the question here is whether we want to, and there is a Snow Duel, worth noting. I think it's Demon, the wide open goes in any red deck, Ness, and is often splashed. Demon Bolt or the Freezing Flame, and see if we can head this direction. I am going, yeah, I think it's possible that at like the Pro Tour level, you just want to take the Demon Bolt. But yeah, I would say Demon Bolt is the adult pick, is the we're trying to win the Pro Tour pick. But this is a stream, and I am still in exploration stage, and I've never gotten to play this guy yet. I'm not going to marry him yet, but I'm going to go ahead and take Agar first and see if we can't end up there. Although there's a terrible follow-up pack. Look at this. What is this? What is this, Magic? What a terrible follow. There's the Rune someone's calling for. I think Usher is what I would take. There's an Elven Bow. The reason I like Usher is it is very much a strategy that you like. We're not playing these in the same deck, obviously. Yeah, Bound in Gold, I guess, is a little more flexible as the white pick here, but this is like archetypical. So yeah, I'm not taking the Raven form. Chat doesn't seem to like my Usher pick, but it's kind of where I'm leaning, even though I suppose Bound in Gold, like, it's Bound in Gold, yeah, Rune is okay. This is a decent Rune. I'll take the Bound in Gold. I went with my gut. I'm going with my gut. I'm taking I don't know if this, like, I get that Bound in Gold is abstractly better, but I like that this is a foothold in a real plan. And if we abandon it, fine. If we stick with it, we're going to love this card. And here we are, maybe sticking with it. I'm not taking it this, and the red is just not here. The blue is terrible. So I feel like we follow with another white card. Jinx likes the Harbinger. This is another one that, while I respect it, I really don't want to be taking this pick 3, although nothing here leaps out at me. Yeah, I'm looking at the 2-drop white cards, Story Seeker or Shieldmate. Let's take the Shieldmate and maybe wheel the Blast, or frankly the Story Seeker, or the Spectral Steel might come around if we end up that direction. Here's another, this was what we just passed, right? So there's a couple of these going around. Ice Tunnel, pretty late for an Ice Tunnel. Just by today current standards. Code Spell, not good enough to take here. Frost Augur, you need to be deep snow for that. Do you like Code Spell enough in this kind of thing? I just feel like if if we want to be in this deck, this should wheel, was my thinking. And right, but if it doesn't, then maybe we shouldn't be in aggro white, is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna take, again, go with what I'm feeling. Valor is interesting as well. I don't know if we can end up in snow, but Ice Tunnel is almost signally to me at this point. And if the table's going to say that snow deck is wide open, I'm willing to listen. Well, we passed 2 duels. Did we pass 2 good ones? We passed 2 green-white ones. Let's see. In this case, way down, there's the land. But yeah, I think we can just take a Valkyrie, right? We're more white. Like, this was a hedge on it because of his dualness. But yeah, we could also take Cole. That's an interesting... I've never really been Boros. Let's take Cole. Maybe I'll end up Boros. All right. But look, Woodland Chasm. What are you telling me, table? Man, when Sultide snow duels go by, I have trouble passing them. But yeah, we're sending and receiving a lot of mixed signals here. There's a rune that could go with Agar. You like the snow spec, Fenor? There's not much else here, right? Like, rune is okay. You think red? That's really fair, Scott. We have not seen good red, so maybe Cole wasn't the pick there. All right, we'll take rune spec with Cole, also fair, but I don't like the it's not the right colors, right? All right, Valkyrie here. We got a Valkyrie sword. We got a floodplain, which snow or not snow could just be part of a blue-white approach. Starheim Courser is, yeah, I don't like Valkyrie's sword. Technically, like, works with Cole, you know, but I don't think it's actually good. Is the problem? I think. I like Corsair over, again, I think these will, I just don't like these that much. I find these so underwhelming. Ugh, it just leaves behind a body that doesn't do much, although we're trying to do equip and everything. But I think if we do end up red, we do it red and try to do the Cole thing, we'll be glad we have the Corsair because it actually helps with that. It's like a combo with that. But I actually don't think we are. I'm going to take maybe Oracle over Verdict. What do you like, Oracle or Verdict? Verdict is removal, but a little better when you're a little more control-y. Fenor says way over Verdict. I think they're pretty close. But I agree that I do like an Oracle. I like these, I really like these Foretell cards that are 1 mana. They really slot in a lot of places nicely. All right, we're wheeling. I guess we could take even a Snakeskin Veil. It's not out of the question that we would end up green-white if we opened the... You like... Are we ever playing this? Like, I think... I just don't think I'm ever playing that. We got the Warhorn Blast back. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, that's true. If we're doing the Corsair Forge Master thing, although the Forge Master is that only Enchanted Orca. Yeah, so yeah, let's take this steel. This could be synergistic. We could do the thing. And well, here we go. I said if we were supposed to be in this white deck, these Code Spell Clerics would wheel, and here they are doing that. And these are about similar to me in terms of like, I don't love these, but ... Right, that's what Valor does the thing, but is pretty bad. That's how I feel about the Cleric. It does the thing, but it's pretty bad. We take Way Down. In fact, maybe we take Great Hall. If we end up black, we're gonna want this land, right? Demonic Gifts could be playable in a deck where we were black. I'll leave it in the main for now, but I don't, you know, it's not a super important card, but hey, look, rewarded, maybe? I don't know, I've never read Kaya before, or maybe I have, but I just don't remember. Maybe we've even played Kaya before. 3 black, white for a 5 loyalty planeswalker that better, yeah, it has the, yes, I have played against it. -3 exile, strong. And then the plus is even interesting too. Plus loyalty, put a ghost form counter on up to 1 target non-token creature. It gains when this creature dies or is put into exile, return it to its owner's hand and create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. If we land some bomb that's not Kaya, like we can just put a counter on it, and then whenever it dies, you're going to get that back. Whenever it leaves, you're going to get it back. That's the thing. That clause of or exile is something. Oh yeah, I didn't even look at the ultimate, but I guess you plus and get to the ultimate. Emblem with the beginning of upkeep may cast a legendary spell from your hand. Yeah, nice. Kaya's own emblem lets you recast her. Powerful. More Sultai Snow. Someone's getting hooked up. We could... What are we doing? We're white-black, but there's not much here for us. We could take a Raven Wings, but we should have our own flying. Like, I guess it's the best card here, or Recruiter, but we should wheel that as well. I kind of like binding on the maybe splash. Yeah, we do have the start towards it. And being that the opportunity cost is Raven Wings, I think we take the binding. We'll probably wheel the wings or find another one. I'm going to put this in the board now, though. I do think it's just a spec to see if we get basically lucky enough to kind of play it for free. Now, Draugr's Helm, we're not doing Cole. I am going to marry Kaya. Kaya and me getting serious here. We'll leave both of these as splash reminders. Yeah, so Helm or Bound in Gold. Outrider is solid for whoever's doing that, but we are not. So I think it's just Helm or removal. We don't have a lot of removal yet, but I'm hoping we get black removal now that we're in black. Yeah, I'm kind of on Helm. This is you're playing all the copies you get, but it is mid-pick removal to me, like not slam it as soon as you see it type removal. Here we have another Usher, and now I'm feeling really great about this first one. Having reliable Ushers on turn 1. Like, here's where I want to take a Bound in Gold. I want a Story Seeker 2, probably an Invoke the Divine main deck format, but this is about where I want to take the removals. That removal. Gambit is reasonable, but we probably just want Village Rites. If we're going to be ushering. Kennel Master, also good. I like both of these a lot. But I think I want first Rights, given the Shield Mate, and given our expectation that we have 3 cards that are going to spit out some tokens. Yeah, it also combos with Kaya. Great point, Mike. Like, we could Rights to set up a on-purpose Kaya turn. Speaking of Kaya, I like her Onslaught as well, in an aggro deck like ours is shaping up to be. Courser number 2 would also be fine. Same, we haven't really seen any payoffs for it yet, but this is ostensibly the cast 2 spells deck. I mean, we have, I guess, 1 Doomscar Oracle or whatever, but Effigy I'm getting to is solid in this deck specifically. We're going to take Onslaught, but I am looking out for things like Effigy, especially if we get more things like this, which reward us for the 2 spelling, which we're going to take here over Wither Crown. Yeah, how about that uncommon for us? I like the Raptor here, given that we may be doing some Spectral Steel action. I'd rather take this 1-drop than this. I mean, I can play this on 1. I mean, that's one of the things I don't like about Codespell Cleric is it's not really a 1-drop. Yeah, pick. I would take that equipment. Here we can grab a wings. We're not playing Dread Rider, and we're not playing Carve. I don't know what a Carve is. Must be that type of ship. You like the land? Suppose that could be splashable. That's fair. I guess the land is better than the wings. Again, we can pull this in as a reminder of why we might consider heading that direction. I don't like splashing in aggro, though. I would rather be low down and consistent. So not looking to splash. Dogged Pursuit. This is the type of deck we could top end with a Dogged Pursuit. And again, I think this is a main deck naturalized format. I don't love 3 mana because if we're aggressive, we don't care so much about gaining 4 life. 4 life is an excellent clause for a control deck. Control decks love this kind of card in this kind of format because they're looking to draw cards and use this type of thing on solid targets whenever they happen to come along. Whereas, and the life gain matters, right? The control deck may be falling behind on life, and they kill an important thing and then get 4 life back. In our case, it kind of can clog up our hand and not do anything, and then when we finally do fire it off for a full 3 mana, it gains us incidental life, which we don't care about. People calling for Ascent of the Worthy. I don't think that's the pick here. I think we try to wheel that. Nobody is. This isn't that great even in white-black, and I don't think that anybody else is doing white-black, or we wouldn't have put into it like we did. We did find some late black, like Great Hall was. We got basically a second to last pick, third to last pick. Great Hall. I'm going to take the Valkyrie. I love this card in this type of deck, and we're going to wheel this Ascent. And if we don't, I'll be like, oh, somebody hated it from us, but nobody else needed that card, so somebody just took it from us, if that's what happens. Here I'm going to just take Fixing. I don't want a ton of ETB tapped land, but on-color duels are more important to me here than another Shieldmate or a Dogged Pursuit, or a Grim Draugr becomes a little bit more playable with something like a Sinkhole, but we'll see if we wheel that. What's the other side of Jorn? I don't know. You can go look up the card. I wish this was playable. If this card were playable, we would do a Mr. Plow meme. Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow. You think it's playable? I don't think it's particularly playable. Like, it looks like other people disagree with me. I've never been beat by it, and I've never run it. I'm still on that status. Beat me with it, and then I'll believe you. I think we take Jarl here, though, over a Shieldmate or a Duskwielder. Oh, is that one you've already sent me? Well, we can have it at the ready. It's just never going to come up. Here's another Great Hall. We could also try and wheel that one as well. Although, how much ETB tap do we want? Maybe this is our time for our first Iron Verdict. Although, do we have a Warhorn Blast yet? Yeah. Maya. Ooh, that's a good point. We were considering a little green action. All right, let's do it. I don't know exactly how this is gonna break, but I like that Maya pick. Maya Kaya. Yeah. Disciple would be 2-drop. We can go Infernal Pet for some reward for 2 spelling, but we're not exactly huge on 2s. I like another 2. Also, we need something to sacrifice to the Great Hall. Here's a Raven Wings. Braggart, though? Maybe just Braggart for a little top end for this deck over another Courser. I'm looking at Courser and Braggart. Let's look at Curve. I have a gifts already. I'm not going to play two. I think Braggart. Oh, here's another Braggart. Oh, well. Story Seeker's pretty good, though. Skull Raid would give us some spell action, but I think I just like, in this type of deck, really piling on the twos. We might not play Dogged Pursuit, no. But this is the kind of deck where I would try it if we were short playables in any way. Gold Maw or Berserker. I guess we're doing some things to pump. Hodge didn't like the deck. I don't know. It's a pile of aggressive stuff. It can do stuff. Another Berserker or maybe a Valor to slip in. Yeah, no Goldvine picks. We haven't really seen any, and we're done seeing them. Like, they didn't show up. You like the Berserker again? All right. I would take one of these at this point, though. Master Scald. If we play Binding, we're going to like that. But we don't really have much to get besides that. I guess it gets also gets back, you know, the enchantment removal. See, World agrees with me. Plows. It's like, are we ever playing Duskwielder? I'm never playing this, so I'm not going to take it. I'll take Duskwielder in case we decide that's how low to the ground aggro we are. I think I want a Warhorn Blast over a Valor. I don't know if we have one of those yet. Yeah, we're going to go a little more wide here. Oh, yeah, it's true. We did not get the Saga back. I thought we would. I was wrong. I don't know if we got hated or somebody was in it with us. Recruiter, maybe. Let's talk about, man, I want to speak to, like, Hannah saying, observes 17 land, says, Dogged Pursuit is the black common with the lowest win rate for putting it in your deck, lowest win rate for when drawing it, lowest win rate when in your starting hand. That's not a good review, right? And we had huge issues. When we saw this card, is like, you can't just take off the 6 mana Drain 4 off of IGI and have it still be the same card, right? So I get it, but I want to, and we will, in here, look, I'll cut it. But I want to point out that just because 17 lands has this as the worst or whatever, it does not even mean that that you should never, ever run it. There are times where you don't have any other options and you're like, well, this is actually going to win me more games than putting in a 19th land, right? So I'm going to do that. Another factor that I really wanted to bring up around the 17 lands data, and maybe I should do some 17 lands data dives as part of some features on this stream a little more, because it's the kind of thing that I looked at when I was working at Wizards, and the kind of thing that I had access to. There was a time where, like, honestly, I had this kind of data, like, I could have shared this kind of data about formats that I had seen at Wizards when I left, and I didn't, because that was bringing Wizards confidential data. You know, I didn't want to share Wizards confidential stuff with you all. But I do think that the 17 lands is effectively doing the kind of thing we were doing on the inside when it comes to assessing outcomes, using stats to assess outcomes in limited and in constructed. But the thing that we never got a handle on, that nobody seems to be getting a handle on, or I haven't gone deep enough. And if some of you out there know 17 lands super well, maybe you can say, oh no, it can do this. You just need to do this or whatever. But this thing that I want to see is not it's Dogged Pursuit's win rate when put in a deck by anybody. I want to see its win rate when put in a deck by Sam Black. And maybe Sam Black, or you know what I'm saying? Again, just insert your favorite pro here, right? I really think that the data you get from 17 lands has to be taken with the grain of salt of you're looking at the average of the community, right? You're not looking at, you're looking at community averages. And I really think that less experienced players making classic limited mistakes are also going to drag a card like this way, way, way down, because a card that is going to be commonly misadded to a deck, mistakenly put in a deck, people putting cards in decks that shouldn't be there at all, have no plan for it, are going to take the averages on these cards and just destroy them. Now, that doesn't mean that we should play this. I'm just saying that simply looking at 17 lands and reading that it's the lowest rated black common doesn't tell the complete story. So, yeah, I know that there, if you could, as long, I don't know if rank and stuff is exposed to 17 lands. If you, but you can also just track the records, right? Maybe you don't need to use the system's ranking system. You just use win-loss records of the people you're tracking. So anyway, what I would love to see from 17 lands data is trim away the people who don't know what they're doing and show me how bad Dogged Pursuit is in the hands of people who win 65+% of their games. Because I'm sure that Dogged Pursuit is showing up in some of those decks, right? So, yeah, Diamond plus Drafters only, Jinx would be another way to do it. So just thought I would call that out. The data is really useful, but it is ultimately polluted by, it gets polluted by bad players in a way that you could control for to get even more useful info on where a format is truly at, what the best players in a format are doing. That's what I want to know. So sidebar over, back to deck building. What are we doing with green? Like, it's possible that our two best, these are like our three best cards, shockingly, in this format, seem to be gold. And I'm wondering if we can just, I don't think this should be, it feels like this shouldn't be a 3-color deck, which maybe says we cut this. Do you think this should be 3-color, or maybe it's 2-color with just a little bit of white and black for all of the for all this stuff, and then we could even maybe cut binding? What if we cut binding and then we just only splash Maya? And then we basically splash Kaya, Maya, and some of the best black. Well, volume can, I don't know. Would you rather have a smaller data set from the cream of the crop, the best players, the absolute brightest Magic minds on the planet, how they are playing a format? Or, on average, how everybody who plays Magic is playing a format? So let's cut that for sure. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it this way then. Or actually, here, wait. I'm going to cut everything. I'm going to trim it to only white cards to start. We're going to start mono white. And I want to see which of these, like, assuming we're, doing what we're doing, what are we for sure keeping in for white? And here, let's cut all this, whatever. Here. That's fine now. Slapshot, don't worry about lands. Don't be distracted by lands. We start with spells. So, yeah, again, I don't like Code Spell all that much. I'm with Jinx. And I also, also agree on the Invoke cut. If I were more of a control deck, I would consider main decking this, but we want to be more proactive than Invoke the Divine. I think we keep Spectral. Are we doing this enough? I guess this depends on whether we're running the sagas. But we do get back a Bound in Gold, and Bound in Gold, for better or for worse, often ends up in your graveyard. You know what I mean? Oh, they're not auras. You're right. Sorry, I was thinking this was just enchantments. Thank you for the text clarification. But it is kind of the thing we're doing, right? You don't like the champ? When I say it's the thing we're doing, I mean aggro, right? Like Usher of the Fallen on 1, Spectral Steel on 2 does not suck. But it really, at the end of the day, is a +2/+2 aura at that point. So I agree, let's cut that. I don't think I want to cut Warhorn Blast. I think it's going to be good in this deck. I think we have 2 Ushers and 2 Shield Mates. I want to try the Warhorn Blast. Yeah, well, let's cut the Scald for now, because the Scald Saga is the combo I was thinking of, not that. But if we do run the Saga, we can consider that, but I also like cutting that without that. So now we're getting, this is kind of a maybe. Like, I guess we can cut it and see if we want to run it. But I like all of these. Well, Hannah, don't draw the line that high then. You know, I think you're inventing a problem, right? Because my point is, like, you tell me, Hannah, you tell me how many games of data we need before you're comfortable that we're getting useful data, and then give me the top N players that produce that many games then, right? Like, it doesn't, we can put that line wherever we want, but can we not look at the player on their 8th draft ever? Like, I don't care what they're doing. That's really what I'm getting at. Okay, I'm gonna cut all these lands too. So now we have 15 white cards that I'm really happy to play. And I feel like it's so hard not to play, like, the black. You know, with the Sinkhole and the Kaya, like, that's just where I want to start there. But we can also do Chasm and Just Splash. Like, this is where I'm really, I want to see if this could work. Just that. We do that. And then play just enough black, and maybe even the white we're not super thrilled with, like a champ. You want to do this land? Elder Hall. This is too much black. Oh yeah, we'll play the Helm for sure. I haven't finished adding the black cards yet. I was just looking at what lands we would play there. If we look at what black cards I would run here, I want the rights. Here, I'll recut this land so we see what our actual number is. And then a Berserker. Yeah, this is playable because it's heavy white. We'll play the Great Hall for sure. Don't love the Berserker, but play Gifts. What gifts are we talking about? Oh, this one, yeah. Why do we like this? I only want to do this if I'm getting good ETB. We've got Elderfang Disciple. We've got Jarl. I don't think we have enough ETB to bother running this. I guess Shieldmate's okay with it. Yeah. Yeah, it's decent with Berserker. Yeah, it's okay with this. Okay with this. It's okay. Let's see it. What are our overall numbers? 17-6. We don't have a lot of interaction. That's why I would consider it as well. We didn't end up with a lot of removal given our colors. Yeah, if we're running the one Berserker, we should probably just cut the champ and run the other. And then if we want to gifts in, okay, do we just go, oh, we're best of one. We could be greedy and call that our 24th card and play this as a lowest to the ground. We do have a lot of ways to cast stuff for 2 here. So like if we're casting everything as cheaply as we can, then the deck actually looks a little bit more like this in terms of its costs. Are we not? Did I cut? Well, let's keep in mind, I guess if we're playing Maya, we play Binding. So then I guess we should just be grown-ups and not play green. I think that's the conclusion. And then put back in like a champ or a spectral steel. Still want this, of course, and this for lands. East says 2 great. I'll start here if we want to try. Let's see how we go. We can even if I like bomb out of this event, we don't really get to explore green. We could try it in casual matchups against chat. So yeah, we can play a Goldmot champ. And the gifts is in, yeah. I'm going to not play Revitalize. I'm going to play the gifts. Why do we want Revitalize? I don't think that does quite enough. Steel over champ. We're definitely not playing Revitalize, but Steel is an interesting... I'm going to start here. Let's see who's redeemed what. Tron with the Mirage, you got it. $13, $14, $15. Oh, here. $8. This gives us 8, 9 white. I think we even we probably want the 7, or this gives us 6, 7. This is 9, 8, and we do have 1, 2, 3 black cards we would like to cast on 2, but so much white and so much. I've pointed this out before. You can look at casting costs in a deck like this and see that white only has a bunch of 1s. Nothing requires 2 white in the whole deck, right? So we can do 9, 8, right? And it'd be fine. Well, we could, but with 2 Usher of the Fallen and a Battlefield Raptor, you often can face situations where on turn 3, you're looking to cast Story Seeker and an Usher of the Fallen. And so the land is double white, yeah, so we don't need a double black to make the Great Hall work. So I'm kind of inclined, also, this enters tapped, so we only have 8 sources to turn 1 Raptors and Ushers. So I am, even though, of course, I'd love to have 10-8, you know, get another duel or whatever, I'm going to go 9-7, or 10-7. 10-7 is where I've landed here for this because of the 3 1-drops. Just done, Darkstar. It was a tough build for what seems like a straightforward strategy. I because we had all these cards. I don't know if that's how I'd spell that, though. You can't blah me when I'm building a deck. This is just us doing the thing. You can blah me when I'm talking about coffee. Let's do this. Get going. Mama wants lotus sleeves, though. Gotta take care of that. I roast my own coffee, Alex. Don't press that button. Everybody hangs out here a lot is like, no, Alex, no. Don't worry, everybody. Don't worry, it's okay, it's okay. I roast my own. It's the best way to do it. And when I roast my own Ethiopian, I roast almost exclusively Ethiopian beans. See, chat's so nervous, and look at me, already done. Nah, that's a great place to start. I said I was done, but Siriana is keeping it going. I have roasted coffee in a popcorn popper. That's the... If you're not sure you want to get into coffee roasting, but you think you might, the least expensive way to try it out is roasting through popcorn poppers. We're going to keep this. We get our snowfield sinkhole to start, and the whole hand is unlocked. Right. Yeah, air popper. If you go to sweetmarias.com if you're interested, and they have all sorts of articles and tools of how to get into coffee roasting, and they'll lead you down the air popper path. Thank you for the sub. Let's see, this is where Demonic Gifts is showing why Rob wanted to play it. It's where it's going to be fine with both of these. I think we start with the Berserker, though. If they look to trade that off, we'd love to Demonic Gifts there. Although kind of the dream is going to be a turn 4 Demonic Gifts Jarl or something, although we need more black to do that. So drawing a lot of the black side of our deck here with me having leaned white on the mana. I think correctly again, but unlikely that Elvish Warmaster is going to block this Berserker, but I don't think we're going to attack, they're going to take it, and then, yeah, we're just going to drop the Shield Mate to continue to show something to threaten the Warmaster that they don't want to attack into. Yeah, we don't have a lot of tools for this either. It's true we are choked on black, Gadandamore, but what would you have done? Do you want to hold back the Berserker? I want to at least threaten the Warmaster. Maybe you're just like, whatever, we'll take an attack from the Warmaster. That's fair. But I also knew that with Jarl, like we're free to know that we can spend 2 on foretelling Jarl the next turn. So I also wasn't too concerned about like spending our mana. Looks like we're gonna have to do that though. So I'll start with a foretelling. Mike says send first. That's fair. Are we sending? Yeah, I guess I'll send the Berserker. No, I don't want to trade the Shield Mate for that token yet. Fenrir wants, you just use the demonic gifts. That's fair. We'll do that on defense. That's true. We also get Jarl on the, we can do demonic gifts if they attack and Jarl if they don't. Yeah, that's fair. Baiting the War Master attack is a reasonable thing to do. Yeah, but I'm going to reject it. There, you got your money back, Tron. Blah, blah, blah. If I deserved it, I would have done it, but I don't even deserve that. Well, I'm just going to eat that. I mean, I don't know what... It's like... This might be something, but let's make him have something. Here. It also importantly spends black mana this turn, which we definitely wanted to do. Yeah, they're on Jarl. That's fine. Yeah, Berserker I can do. We can do that, Tron. I'm in for that. If I can find it.
Come on, Berserker. Girls think sexy.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Totally reasonable, Fenor. We kind of lost when they dropped a War Master, but I should do my best to find a way here. Well, we send in now. I think they just don't block, and I would just not block and race me, but we at least have Disciple Foretell here. No, I need a Space Ghost coffee meme. What's the name of the... One of the side characters, one of the monster characters on Space Ghost. Brack. Look up Brack on coffee. Somebody go find me Brack on coffee. Yeah, maybe we can combine +2/+0 and +1/+1 and double strike to +6. Baseline +6, and then double whatever power the creature already has. Do I do sports? I mean, I enjoy sports, although I've been watching less and less sports. I used to be pretty obsessive about sports, and I still enjoy them a lot, but I've whittled away my... Yeah, you can, if it's a good link, don't... Oh yeah, no blocks. We're going to try and win. Maybe they give us a chance here. Thank you, Wet Bandit. I don't like coffee. It makes me jittery. Here's me on too much coffee. Don't drink too much coffee, kids. Something like that. Swing all and see, I guess, right? It's all we've got. I'm just trying to figure out if I need to even play land. Nope, land doesn't do anything, so... Maybe they see this as desperation and let the right stuff through. So they didn't let the right stuff through. So now we have to gifts. Yeah, we gifts on the 2/2, and it's okay, but I still think we're now going to lose this game. Like, we kind of needed that to work better than this. And now I think we are pretty in trouble. But maybe not. Let's see what they do. I'm going to play the land, though. It's possible we end up helming. Yeah, this is worth it mostly. We're not totally dead, but I still expect us to lose here.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Oof. That's not super beatable for us. Not super beatable. We might be able to take it out via onslaught, but we then can't win the game afterwards. So we can helm, equip, and onslaught, though it's possible, just possible they don't block? Yeah, I guess one more turn. We might draw the removal to get us there. Yeah, no swing. We gotta take one final shot if we can get it. And we gotta hope Oppo sends in and gets us to like 1. Yeah, if we have the mana, we'll move it to the Berserker because it's better dead, but at this point it doesn't matter what the 2/2 we use is. It's like either we're getting super lucky and Oppo makes some blocking mistakes, or we're losing. Yeah, for those paying attention, I don't know how many people are. I know we are, I know the top players are, but the number of times an opponent walks right into the thing that I've telegraphed via pauses is very long. Happens a lot, is what I'm saying. Sure you don't want to bring more? I think more. All right. Some sort of out, deck. How about some sort of out? Yeah, Helm Token, I guess. I just feel like... What am I blocking with? Like, I feel like any hope we have involves an attack everything that somehow... gets there. Oh, how do they make it indestructible? The land. Oh, I should read this land. It's not that. Oh, but it's not a god. Oh, it is a god. You're right. Sorry. Thank you. There you go. Shapeshifting. There's this land too that I didn't even really think about. I think we are so dead. I mean, this was so bad for us and it only got worse from there. Really? But then yeah, we're dead, right, Fenner? I mean, yeah, I could have done that and then we're dead, right? I could have, but then, like, this was our only way to win. I didn't do that because I figured, like, we only win if this somehow double strikes a big thing, but we just can't, we don't have the tools to win from here. I'm going to move on. I don't think this is an early scoop. I don't think we have the capability to beat the board that Oppo had put forth with the cards left in our deck. Especially because they even had the equipment that provided endless reach. Like even if we found our flyers, they would have just endlessly eaten them with the reach equipment. Yeah, we need to be on the front foot and stay on it, or we're going to be in big trouble. And a 2-drop from an opponent that immediately starts spitting out 1/1 tokens is not great for us. So watch us now face the what's that 2-drop white creature that double spell creates 1/1 flyers. That'll be that'll be next. Here we are, losers bracket to start again. I feel like I start 0-1 in Premiere a lot, but we end up with decent records, so... Here's a spot where we're gonna keep. We could go Raptor on 1, but then we don't have any play currently on 2, but now we do. So now that we have a play on 2 besides the Disciple, I'm gonna go ahead and start with Raptor on 1. Hey, good game, Jandolf. We groaned as soon as you played that rare elf. We're like, well, I don't think our deck really beats that. We didn't have any, like, despite playing black, our removal was like we had the enchantment that would have left that elf out on the battlefield. So we were pretty screwed there. Good game. The stated, well, this was how it was on the inside when I was there, and it's their stated position currently, which is that it looks for record first. It tries to match based on record and rank, but prioritizes record over rank. After doing it the other way before, they used to prioritize rank over record. Yeah, we're going to do tap land and seeker after offering the shield mate. We could even offer the Raptor. They probably don't block because it's so suspicious, but I'm not going to give them the chance to blow us out there. The fail case is too bad. Just losing our Raptor when we are trying to be go wide. Although actually losing Raptor just means Valkyrie could have been cast instead of Seeker. So that's actually a reason, you know, you could have made a good argument to send in the Raptor knowing that worst case they block and you get a 3/2. Although then that's just trading with the Courser anyway. A lot of land here for our 16 land aggro deck, so a little bit floody. We can offer up both of our ground creatures, though, here. I don't think they'll trade, but if they do, we can get both of these, so might as well give them a chance. I don't think swing all. Mike says swing all. I don't like swing all. I don't like throwing away the Raptor. I think it is just throwing away the Raptor. Maybe they don't block, but I didn't like risking it. And it worked out for us. We get exactly what we wanted. Thank you for that sub.
Come say I never heard of ya. Don't believe the hype, it's a sequel. Don't believe the hype.
This is why I wanted the Warhorn Blast, though. You can see how Warhorn Blast would be a solid spell for us right now. Well, it doesn't make too much of a difference, but it does allow us to 2-spell this turn. Yeah, that's fair. Mike is talking about, like, third-level head games with Oppo to get in the Raptor, but I just don't trust that Oppo even sees that is my problem. Flying Packmate is scurry, but rather than throw away a Valkyrie on a trade here, we're just going to play the Helm, make a Deuter, and then move the Helm onto the Valkyrie, and then... oh, it's true, but I think we should just still play out the Helm. Can't make a token, but can we? But I think it's worth it to move it to the Valkyrie. Don't you agree? Like, are we just waiting for double black before we do this? That doesn't seem right. So, no token, unfortunately, but Yeah, we can decide where to move it. That's fair. Putting it on Raptor gives 2... Let's see. If we put it on the Valkyrie, we get a 5/4 Menace. And the nice thing about a 5/4 Menace, though, is that they can't block it unless they are willing to give up both of their flyers for it. And then we move it to the Raptor, and the Raptor starts doing work. But, so I'm just talking it all through. The other option, throwing it on the Raptor, we get ourselves a 2/3 first strike Menace Raptor, which also can't realistically be blocked because it takes out either of these on first... you know, they take out one on first strike and then the other one can't kill it. So effectively, both of them are made to be terrible blocks by the Helm. But yeah, if we put it on the Raptor, we can at least send the Valkyrie knowing that any single block is still a trade. Our real problem, though, here's why I don't want to trade off the Valkyrie yet. We have an Outrider that's going to start flying. So yeah, East is calling that out. So I think I like the Raptor plan because I want the Valkyrie around to be something that can actually tangle with the Outrider. Yeah, drawing our mythic bomb that got us into this color pair. We were clearly white after pack 1, looking for a sign on where to go in pack 2, and then we pack 2 pick 1 to Kaya, answering our question. And we actually got some late black in pack 1, signifying that it was a good place to land if we could get there. Well, we're going to have to accept this attack and try to race, even though this is a bad start to this race. Gold Maw ostensibly would help in a race, but that's when your opponent is actually looking to block as opposed to just turn all of their stuff sideways. The advantage meter just swung hard towards the Yang Gang here. And I think we can send... Well, we can send Shieldmate, but it is... Staying back, it threatens to block this. So does Goldmaw Champ, though. I think we need to keep the Raptor back with first strike in the air. Just trying... Yeah, just that's the only question, right? Is send or not. Yeah, it didn't look like they could make that trade. My wife is upstairs blasting the Smiths. Hopefully, the stream doesn't pick on it enough to get me muted. All right, gotta take this as well. We could still draw our bound and at least solve the Outrider problem. Hey, we were talking about you, Kaya. Kaya also solves our problem, right? So, well, they could... I think we just need to get rid of the Outrider. Maybe they can do something to, well, we could also exile the, we could exile the wings, and then everything's on the ground, and we can just chump for a bit, and then our Raptor holds the air. I'm gonna do that. Down to the ground with you. Somewhat of a weird choice, but we currently have the tools to protect Kaya, so I'm gonna give it a try. And you leave on your own, and you go home, and you cry, and you want to die. That's got to be like a top 20 song of all time for me. How Soon Is Now? That's just one of the all-time greats right there. You talking The Witcher? I don't know what witch show you're talking about, but thankfully, apparently I haven't seen it. Just like everybody else does, Tron. Just like everybody else does. Certainly, you know, I love in popular rock guitar-driven music the iconic singer-guitarist duos in rock history, and certainly that pair is something else. Yeah, you think this is Warhorn Blast? Well, we don't have much to do but block, so let's do it. They're attacking me in every case. So we're gonna throw here, chump here. Could even go like this. Just leave the champ. This has us taking 2 in the air. You think we have to block everything? Well, if it's +2/+2 team, then this keeps us alive, right? Yeah, I guess 3/2. Yeah, you're right. So we go Raptor on Doomscar. And then Shield Mate, maybe just do this. I think I like this. All right, so maybe that was just desperation in the face of Kaya. I mean, we are low on stuff now here. Ideal draw would be a Village Rites that we can then plus Kaya onto the Valkyrie and Village Rites it away to get it back and all that stuff. Well, now we can put a Ghost Form counter on like the Raptor. You like it on the Shield Mate? Shield Mate is interesting because it gives us... It's the ETB thing, right? Yeah, I like the Shield Mate.
Ghosting feels weird, I know.
Ghosting makes me feel good. Couple of big Outriders. I think they were just thinking their beef was going to get there, which is fair. They're pretty darn beefy. If they send all at Kaya, we have to decide whether we're just letting Kaya go or chumping to save. Yeah, so we've got that choice. Chumping is okay because we get the Shield Mate back. Oh, if they're not sending both, yo, really? Oh, yeah, they got to threaten life total, and then I have to block. Yeah, I don't see what they do here. Well, double block is not fine if we want to keep... Like, if we don't want to keep Kaya, we just let this go right now. Let him have Kaya. And if we want to keep Kaya, then we have to block both. We can double block with the single block, chump with the shield mate, but then we can do... We could do this. Do you like this? Mike says keep the raptor. It does, like, without a raptor, we don't have anything to do with the courser. Yeah, some people don't like losing the flyer. I think it's let's do this. I'm gonna do this. No, it's not a flying token, it's a ground token. Oh wait, which one is it? Oh, it's Kaya that gets... I think I misread Kaya. Yeah, I thought Kaya just brought it back to hand. I didn't think about the flying token. Great point. Great point. So we could have done that, but I do like having 2 flyers anyway. Did they get anything back with that? No. Okay, and we can actually play both of these, so this is good. Especially now that I understand how Kaya works. Reading! Wow! Reading. So powerful.
Weird, right?
Yeah, now they're just like, what do we do? The shield mate dies. It's excellent for me. But if Kaya lives, it's excellent for me. Understandable. So, I like a chump. Just keep chumping, right? Like, why not just keep chumping? We can just get 3 chumps a turn. Well, if we double block one, we are giving up one of our real creatures. Do you want to give up a braggart? Like, braggart, we would lose the braggart if we did that. I was going to start, yeah, making the braggart bigger. I'm going to just block like this. Braggart is only 2 to boast. They have... So, I was liking Kaya minus, Kaya plus on Shield Mate. We also have Kaya minus now, if we wanted to kill something. We also have plus the Shield Mate again and just keep that going. If we send Braggart, they could double block, but it's a 2-for-1 for us that we're happy with. So I'm going to start with a Braggart attack without plus, because I was considering plussing onto the Braggart. But let's go ahead and just say, if you guys, if Oppo wants to trade for this Braggart, we're in. I'm going to play out my land. They're not showing black, but we have village rights in the deck that we may want blackout for, extra blackout for, so I'm going to play it. All right, Oppo gave up in the face of, well, Kaya's an extra ability. Yeah, Dentron, if we had gone for the creature there, we would just be under air pressure. So figuring out the wings instead of the creature was critical, yeah. We just needed to keep Oppo out of the air. That's why you're here, Fenor, to pick up these types of game-winning tips. Ask me, ask me, ask me. No black. But lots to do, so I'm going to keep... Hey, there's our black as well, so all worked out. I still like the 10-7 split. I think 10-7 here is totally correct. I'm not changing that. That's a scary start from Oppo. What are we going to do? We can foretell the Oracle, and then could do 2-spell next turn. Seeker. Though, yeah, if they're gonna spend 4 mana, we could just foretell, and it's not gonna affect our life total. If they attack with the Sculptor, we're probably happy with that, and we kind of gain the life back anyway. I'm gonna foretell because I don't think they're gonna even attack us. Or if we do, whew, they didn't get any good use out of their Sculptor on turn 3. It is more cleaning music, hanging out music. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you guys, I don't want y'all panicking or anything, but my wife has left her job, the one that was allowing me to stream regularly. That being said, she's looking for another one that's going to allow me to continue to stream regularly. So don't panic yet. Oh wait, hold on a second. I want to go Oracle into Seeker now. She is an incredibly talented designer that's going to make a different company very happy to have her. To be fair, I was a sugar daddy for years. We just traded positions. Yeah, we'll trade. Sorry, we'll trade this. We'll try to trade for this pretty happily if we can. But sorry, I'm a little distracted talking about life stuff here. Oppo getting their blue splash, it looks like, or maybe blue is main and red is the splash. Well, we can 2-spell on Goldmaw plus Usher. I like that. Why did you do that? Oh, I guess it's trying to leave me up village rights. That's fair too, but I'm going to do it this way. What's up, Young? Yeah, we'll send this one, right? Now that we got in the life, happily block on the way back. What are you gonna do? Block with your Seeker? No. Hello, bot. So, Trade Usher for Seeker. I think that seems like I don't know if that's an earnest offer. All the bots live in my emails, hat. No worries. Hey, there we go. Yeah, we can even gifts it if we wanted it back, but I don't even think we necessarily want it back. We can just helm here. Worry about this stuff later. I guess I'll offer the Oracle, though. Snow decks aren't usually interested in losing their Sculptors of Winter. Yeah, I guess they're done sculpting for the winter. I still just want Helm token. I think this is great. Having this behind is just fine. I like reloading, but we didn't need to reload. We had a great weapon. I'd rather just fire the ammo I have and then reload. Boo! That's not bad, though. Maybe we want to hold off on gifts, or on village rights now to sack the champ to make an angel. We could do the gift sack if we want the champ back. That's true. We can still do it all. All right, if we're going to do that, if we're going to do it all, then we should do it now. And I do like getting the champ back. We might as well gift it and get it back here. You say wait, I say too late. That worked out. No attacks, but I like having the champ back. Ah, I see. And we draw our bomb. Do we even want to do plus our bomb before we do anything, or just get the angel going? We could. We can Kaya ahead of Great Hall. Nice. But I kind of just like attacking. I don't even know if we play Kaya here, is what I'm saying. We can plus the flyer. It's not... I mean, we don't need to do it... well, I think we would. We will. I mean, no, we will. I just... I'm just saying... Like, there's not much pressure. It's almost like there's no... No, we will. I'm just saying she doesn't actually change this much... Doesn't change the board all that much here. I am going to swing with... But that's where... That's what I mean. I want to send everything. I don't like the idea of only sending the 3/2 so we can play Kaya. That's where I'm at. I'm sending it all. And that's why when I say we wouldn't play Kaya, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I like Angel post-combat. Yeah. Let's see. The yellow is hand, and this goes library. Doesn't... I guess we want that. I'm going to put that on top. And now, if you'd waited to Kaya, you sack Angel for what you Kaya. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, let's just, now it's Kaya and plus.
Yeah, is inevitable. So ghosting
Right.
feels
I
weird.
like Mike's line there. Now we can make a token off the champ. When we had a spare 2/2, I liked making Angel out of the 2/2, but with the way they wrecked our turn with the run ashore, I like this backup plan. And let's see, can we do it all? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana needed total for this whole sequence. Can't do it all, which is to say Boast, Valkyrie, Angel. So I'll attack. I'm not going to Boast. We'll see if they want to block. Maybe they won't block. It was basically a free attack. Well, Champ is re-entering. Oh, yeah, it goes to hand, right? Anyway, doing this. He's saying wait again. I'm going to continue to not wait. I'm going to do my thing. Yeah, and then just plus this again.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
So the minus is absurd. Don't we just get to cast this? Oh my god. It's so crazy. Like, do I just do this? How do we not do this?
A helping hand is a potent weapon.
And is it, when is it? I gotta actually read this. Beginning of your upkeep. Okay, so upkeep will get it back. And then now we can send, yeah, let's send everything and tap the Raven. And let's see, do we have fodder? I do have fodder, so I can play both. Starnheim Unleashed is crazy in his single color, yeah. So dumb. Wow. They saw it coming, but how dumb. Because we get to do it again next turn. It's an emblem. It didn't even matter. Anyway, we're gonna attack everything, tap the flyer, and GG. We don't need to worry about no more Kayas. I'm gonna go for the Valkyrie to spread it out. In case they did have something, I didn't want to put it all on the Angel. Felt pretty busted, Jinx. Pretty busted. Yeah, also doing it on a real creature does the bounce protection. Well, here we are again. Another no black situation, but we gotta keep. We have stuff to do. We're gonna keep it. Hey, puppers. Pup makes me want to story seek. Hold that back. We'll see what they do here with turn 2, though. Clarion Spirit. That's what I was talking about. After we lost our first game to the token maker, I was like, well, next up, losing a Clarion Spirit. Now I am definitely down to foretell. They're never like, I mean, whatever, we played Berserker, then what? Threaten the 2/2? I guess we have. Yeah, but the thing is, saving 2 life is no big deal because we do the same thing by setting up a 2 spell on Oracle. Well, it's the same. I mean, the life gain is like basically the same, right? Except we get a... Although we do hold the pup back completely. So yeah, I'll do it because it's more damage held back. We hold back both of these. No, that's true. We don't hold pup back, although we could make him use it. That would be funny. We would maybe be okay. I don't know if we want to throw away a creature on it though. Like there is, you know, it does say they don't get another one though. It's interesting. It's a very good point that I wasn't really thinking that. Of course, they'd have the 3rd mana to actually threaten the first strike, but there is a. Saying use your whole turn to kill our Berserker is kind of interesting. Two mana Oppo does nothing. And if it weren't for the Clarion Spirit, I wouldn't even be considering it. But it's the fact that when we don't block, they're likely to go spell, and get immediate value out of Clarion Spirit. I'm going to not do it, but it was an interesting thing to consider. Yeah. Good call to think about it, at least. And maybe next turn we foretell the Oracle and hold up rights, and then rethink that play. Then it's a great play, obviously, because it first forces them to spend 3 mana in an early turn. All right, they didn't 2 spell. That's pretty big for us. And I am going to follow through on that line. Although, let's see, they're going to put the wings out, right? So they equip the wings on something. Maybe the wings changes. I was all excited that they didn't 2 spell, but the wings could mess us up. Yeah, we can 2 spell, but I like the idea of 2 spelling once it's doing more for us to do so. So we could also... You want to adjust Courser, and then... I guess we threaten the pup then, don't we? Yeah. No, I'm going to hold back, because actually Courser plus Berserker threatens the pup as well. Mike says send Berserker... I think we are not aggro. I think we're control, and I like controlling the pup. You don't care about the pup? I don't know. I like holding him back when we're looking to be the more controlling deck here. Even though, ostensibly, we're kind of an aggro deck as well. Yeah, the math checks out, Fenor. But if, let's say you were pure control, and Oppo's pure aggro, in that case, me dealing 2 is not better than me taking 1. the saving one, you know? I'm not saying that's where we're at. I'm just defining the extremes to understand the texture of the question. Well, now if we want to leave village rights behind, we could Doomscar Usher. They're going to have Gold Maw to possibly set up some attacks next turn. But that's okay. They're a little bit choked on mana, so if they're looking to boast this, equip that, that's a lot of mana, and they're stuck on 3. So let's get wide here. Next turn we have Cast, Seeker, Boast, or Usher, Village Rights. So that's a lot of action. I guess I'm being defensive maybe more than I need to be, Haj. Somehow I'm playing this very control-y and maybe I'm missing damage. It's certainly possible that my mindset is too control-y here. I'm scared of the wings. I'm scared of them out-aggroing us. And this is why, I mean, I didn't attack because I wanted to be able to make this block. Unfortunately, it also suggests, I mean, the real reason I did this is so that they wouldn't attack, but they're attacking. So now I feel like this is a trick for sure. And note that they were very... they did not attack into our open mana, but now they're attacking into our tapped out mana. So are we comfortable trading this for a trick? Is Run Amok a blowout? It's just a 1-for-1. I mean, we can take it, but I don't think it's a blowout. I say no blocks, but it wouldn't have been a blowout to attack. Or to block. Oh, Gifts is a cool draw, although we only have 1 black, so we can't Rights and Gifts this turn. But Gifts with Berserker. Trouble is, let's see. Actually, if they block Usher with the Pup, we would probably just... Rights at that point. Do we want to send the Usher? Is what I'm wondering. All right, let's go. Let's do the everything but Usher plan and have the gifts. The idea, do the gifts play. Or they could just take it. Yeah, if they want to take this, then we get to play Seeker and have both of our stuff back. What would you do, Haj? Why do you want to play Seeker first? What did the Seeker matter? I don't understand that at all. Yeah, but if we 2-spell... Like... We 2-spell with the Seeker after. Yeah, but okay, so what do you... That's funny. Like, not that you're wrong, Haj, but I just think it's funny that you're like, why are you attacking? And then I attack. Why are you attacking? Haj is just here to hate on me, I think. Yeah, Gifts is going to be fine here. Now, Haj, don't you interfere with my hot takes. Fenner says no blocks. Don't we want to encourage them to do their thing with our gifts here? Yeah, I kind of like gifts for Braggart or gifts for Trick. I'm going, well, look, I've been disappointing Haj here. I better do what Haj says. Anything else to... Yeah, this is fine. I like this. Rob says use it to push damage. I still think we get damage on our turn. And now I kind of like saying whatever, send Usher, make a token. Although we can't do... I guess we want Braggart rights here. So I'm going to send all. I think we send all. Although then we set up 2 things being eaten there. Yeah, no, I'm not going to send all because we get stuff eaten. Flyer, yes. 3/2, yes. And only something else that we would be willing to sack here. You don't like even trading the 3/2 for the champ? Tough board. All right, I'm gonna only send the flyer, and I'm gonna have the Braggart down, and then rights up, and then I think our next turn looks real good. Yeah, I'm starting to do the thing where I'm waiting for chat to tell me what to do. I got to play my game and know that if Haj and Mike are disappointed, well, maybe I'll learn something, right? And Fenor and True and all the great minds hanging out in chat and giving great advice. And less great advice, but, you know, mostly great. But I've been feeling that a lot lately, like especially in the new format world where I'm just like a little overwhelmed by a complex format. It's like... It's easy to just go, I'm just gonna do whatever chat says. Well, we know what we want to village rights now. Yeah, we could do it on our turn for 2 spell. I like that. Although, I don't know, we'll probably be able to 2 spell anyway, since we'll see 3 fresh cards. And I don't know that the life is as important as being mana efficient. So I think I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, also we're stuck on 1 black. We got to smoke them while we got them. All right, we got lucky and did in fact find the full ingredient list needed to pull off the 2 spell we were looking for. Got the Braggart to make the Valkyrie cheap, so we can also boast on the Usher if we want. Yeah, let's do this now. So now the shield mate is gonna die in the jaws of the fearless pup, and the Goldmaw champ can also eat something. But I think we feel wide enough now, although maybe we're just not supposed to. We can send this for sure. We can send this for sure. But now it's a question of all three of these or none of them, I think. And if we send all three, it goes eat, eat, and then we get maybe an extra 2 in. Whereas if we wait till next turn, we get to send all 5. Like, we get to send 2 more bodies. I think I'm on Oracle and Courser only here. I'm willing to trade Oracle off for anything on the ground here, but I don't want to have getting 2 creatures eaten for either 2 damage or a trade on the cavalry just isn't worth it. Aggro is supposed to be easy to play, but this has been very tricky, partly because we've been put in a position where we're not always cleanly the aggressive player. First game was easy. We just got beat by a bunch of elf tokens right off the bat. Bolted, but that used up their turn, and we do still have that 1 extra attacker that is going to make it even that just more appealing, right? Like sending in everything when it was only like 1/2/2 that was going to get through. Now we have 2/2/2s, and if one of them dies, we get extra. So I am in for swing away now, narrowly. Yeah, boasting for the body is the key. Yeah, we get 2 things eaten, which is why I have not been sending to this point, Haj. But I feel like it's now correct. I'm assuming they trade off cavalry for Oracle. Yeah, there we go. Or else they die, right? I mean, they have to. Literally have to. All right, that was costly. Maybe too costly? Question mark? I don't know. We have a lot of things that help us win out of nowhere now, though. We got combat tricks that give us the game. Although Oppo had been stuck on land, so I'm expecting a bunch of action here from Oppo. That's a nice place to start. Wrong time. I don't know if mathematically it's a flood, but it sure feels like it when it's not what you need, right?
Oh, here comes the flood.
All right, can we outdraw them from here? It kind of seems like is the question. So far, no. Oh.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Got some time, but slipping away from us here. Come on, though. Land. We're 9 lands to Oppo's 5. So kind of 4 cards behind in that way. Fall of the House of Usher here. How do we win? How do we even win? Well, I'm going to cast a creature to start, of course, but let's see. Warhorn Blast, Kaya's Onslaught, Bound in Gold. But the trouble is all these things are one draw at a time, and we need to draw like all three of those things at once. Like, we need Oppo to have nothing but land for a few turns while we pile up the key pieces of interaction. That's pretty unlikely. So if Oppo has lands and draws lands and we find action, 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 that's basically our chance. I'd say we're 95+% to lose, though. Yeah, removal win. That's true. If they get too aggressive in the air and don't move the wings around, that could be enough. But if they leave 2 flyer blockers, then we're in the trouble. I gotta say, no blocks. This isn't about us trading for their attackers, especially in the air. Hey, now. They left it. Gang! Gang! Hey, everybody! Look! Did they just give us this game? We'll take it. Thank you. Thank you, Abo. Yeah, very nice, Fenner. I just didn't think they wouldn't move. Why wouldn't they leave 2 flyers back, right? They had the wings. They could move the wings. Well, I think the lesson for viewers there is don't be like that. If you are heavily advantaged like Oppo was in that spot, and especially at a low life total, be conservative with the life total and don't set yourself up to lose to a single removal spell. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you're like, but I can't win if I do that. Okay, obviously, right? But if possible, don't leave yourself dead to a single removal spell. Yeah, and they had 1 mana up. They could have moved it. That's the thing. That I don't know what they were holding on to. Maybe they had some other thing in hand that they were thinking about. But oh, does it cost 2 to equip? Okay, Mike, thank you. But then, yeah, then the mistake was not leaving 2 to re-equip. I was thinking all those wings cards were 1 to equip, but that one boosts power, right? So they it costs a little more to equip. Having trouble finding both types of mana to start, but we're going to keep this again. We got Kaya. She's all right. And that keeps happening to us though, so that's all right. All right, so classic question with this card: build your board out more or make hay while the sun is shining. I'm into making some hay here, especially with Warhorn Blast in hand. Well, and this is why you do it, because pretty much right away you can get stalled out in this universe. Let's see. Now we can go. I like the. Well, we can foretell the Oracle, but then we are not spending all of our mana. We can hard cast the Oracle to spend all of our mana, but then we don't have an obvious 2-spell turn next turn unless one of our creatures dies. So I am just going to play it out, though, to max the mana. We may draw a 2-drop that allows us to double spell naturally, but I just inherently want to use all my mana. Oh, it's Lavinius. Interesting. Hi, lady. We do have a 2-spell turn in a sense, but we don't have a 2-spell turn that triggers Oracle yet. Now we do. You like trigger and send? I'm not sending in this board when we have Warhorn Blast. I want to wait and blast it, man. A little bit of life, some foretell. When you can, I like getting this card to work. I've done it a couple of times. You have to be very, very foretelly, but if you do, you can do it. In this case, we could send in now because it would give us Valkyrie plus foretell Warhorn Blast. So now I'm a little more inclined to send than I was last time. You just want to how about just hard cast the Valkyrie then? Let's do that. True. Yeah, let's see. We don't want to, if we can keep their graveyard empty of foretell for chapter 3, we'd like to do that. But I have a feeling Lavinius is going to cast a foretell spell here to get back. Hey, Timnos, how you doing? If we draw a land next turn, I think I'd just attack in and hard cast a Warhorn Blast. Boo. Never mind. Now, if I get land, I think I go champ foretell Warhorn, or I could just exile the Packmate. Yeah, or maybe exile the Defies Destiny, keep them from getting struggle back. Kaya plus. Where would you plus Kaya? Shieldmate again? Yeah. Yeah. Let's get Kaya going.
I just want to get in, get out, and finish the job.
Hey, welcome, Alias V Raiders. You've caught us in a matchup against our friend Lady Lavinius. We just dropped Kaya and are trying to figure out how to best leverage that advantage. For the Raiders who don't know me, my name is Ryan Spain. Welcome. You may know the show Limited Resources, which I co-created with Marshall Sutcliffe before heading to Wizards of the Coast, where I worked for 7 years in Magic R&D on the paper game on Magic Online. Nicely bound. Yeah, I worked on Arena for a couple years, so everything you hate about Arena, you can go ahead and blame on me. All right, well, Jarl here is interesting, but so is, I think, Goldmaw Warhorn Blast. Then if we draw a land, we get, oh wait, see, Warhorn Blast is foretell 3, so we don't get the whole shebang with a land. With Blast, I think we could just send all, and everything is at least a trade. All right, let's send. Saw it coming would be a bit of a blowout, but we're going to try. Also, gang, we're playing against Lady Lavinius. If you're going to use pronouns, at least use she. We know who our opponent is. Our opponent is she. Yeah, Kaya is useless. They've already bound Kaya in gold. I don't know if we have... We didn't main deck any naturalize effects. And I don't think we have sacrifice planeswalker effects, so... Little first strike, or double strike there to jump out at us.
You know what happened with the DRE?
Ouch! Raptor of our own. But I do like, well, we can do Goldmaw Champ Raptor, and then Hardcast Jarl is nice on the Raptor block. You like Raptor Jarl? I'm going to do the Raptor block we have time for. We're at 17, but I'm going to go Raptor here. Well, it will. It'll just be a 2-for-1. It won't be our. It won't be the dream combo of first strike onto a regular striker, right? But yeah, we can just start tapping, and then we're more likely to use the Jarl to take out the pack mate. Well, almost don't care where this goes. Our creatures are all tiny, and the size of theirs doesn't even matter. We're tapping one and we're Jarling the other. This is where I'm not... I forget I can say she here. Fall back on my they when I don't know the pronouns. Yes, we're losing our tapper, it's true. But I still think we have to, right? I mean, maybe we don't have to, but it feels like we have to. Tap the wolf to kill the... You want to kill the raptor and not the wolf? Because it's more manageable on the ground. Oh yeah, I don't have mana yet. Good call. So if we're gonna, so then we should actually just Courser and Foretell. Me making plans without the mana to do it. Now, is it their choice or ours? Exile a creature with the greatest power among creatures target opponent controls. So we definitely want to get Jarl down before chapter 3, just so Jarl is the one that's exiled. Because I don't want Lady to exile our Goldmod champ here. Village Rites is reasonably useful. We even have a shield mate that would do well there, but with that. But we can also, well, we can do it all now, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we're starting at least with this. Yeah, Verdict hurts, and it's quite likely we're you know, there's a lot that could explain this pause. Heck, the treasure here, but we'll see. And we could rights that, except we want it to do the damage for the Jarl purposes, so we're still letting this happen. Deal 5 to tapped creature. We're ready. Yarl. Champ was dead anyway. Yeah, now we're in a spot where the Raptor is tough, but we have our own bound we could find. We might just get wide enough here. We can get our land and get an angel going. Of course, 4/5 makes even an angel not enough, but there is the land. I could foretell, because this isn't actually attacking this or next turn with the Raptor situation, so might as well possibly set up a 2-spell. Although, let's see, do I have the mana for next turn? Yeah, we still have the a lot of mana for next turn. True. Although this goes to, yeah, to hand. Okay, we can chump attack. Let's try the chump attack. I like it. No, you don't like it? I kind of, maybe, is that fancy play? Yeah, I guess with the land, we should just wait and sack it to the land. You're right. So let's say no attacks, and I will foretell this. Because then next turn we go Oracle, sack Shield Mate, and if we potentially still cast it. Because, yeah, we can even do it all here, because it goes 3 plus tap and sack, so it takes 4 total to do this. We get 4 And then Oracle is 1, and then Recasting Shieldmate is 2. So we do get it. No, it's not. It's legit. You don't understand foretelling? Well, we're not attacking into this next turn, and this gets us 2 spell guaranteed next turn. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, sorry. I counted total mana, not colored. So then I should have. But it was just it was a color count mistake, not at least not a land count mistake. Yeah, I'll draw planes. We'll draw planes, because I'm never punished. You know, infrequently punished. See? Just gotta ask. Just gotta ask. Although I'd probably rather just have straight action. And also, yeah, that's going to be exactly what it is. Not wide enough yet, but we're getting there. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 attackers. Oh, coming up, Millhouse. Come on. Come on.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Good game, lady. I got lucky on you. Well played. Yeah, lady did not give us a thing. Yeah, Bound in Gold removal, just generally being able to pick off planeswalkers is nice. Just to have, it helps mitigate the princeliness, right? If you're gonna have a set that's all princely, okay, but at least have some common level tools to take out a prince. Well, I have a Kraken deck. That deck I played Sam in actually has a Kraken in it, I think, but oh no, maybe it's a different one. I drafted a couple snow decks recently. Well, we just cannot seem to get a reasonable mix of our opening lands here. Ugh, gotta mulligan this. It's not worth... Like, these ushers are only good because of their early action, and we just don't have the capability to deploy them. We'll keep this, ditch a swamp, and make the best of it. We do have Battlefield Raptor Jarl interactions. Oh, sorry. Was looking at chat. Almost did the wrong thing here.
You know what happened with the DRE?
Oppo on the auger. We're gonna foretell an attack. Doomscar, you say? Well, if we play Doomscar, they've got 1 snow-covered land right now. Assuming they get to 2, they might just kill the Doomscar. We could foretell Doomscar, have Village Rights up, and then next turn have Doomscar Jarl, potentially? So let's do that. Trying to click through so my village rights isn't completely obvious. Oh, cool. Well, we can do Doomscar Jarl if we just want to get the creatures out. Looks like they're not really going to be attacking much, so probably Jarl as a 2-spell enabler here is fine. We can even go Swamp, and then we get village rights up as well. Could also go Doomscar, nothing, then on their turn have Jarl Village. Yeah, we can start with an attack. Maybe they... I should have played the Oracle, because now if they go for the Priest... Oh, it's sorcery speed. They can't do it. Never mind. I was thinking they could do that in response, but of course they can't. Yeah, fine. Let's go Oracle. Although if we do this second line... Oh, gotta go to damage. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's do this and pass. I really want a 2-spell though, so if they don't go for killing our Oracle or something, then I'm still gonna like sack something. I think I really want... Well, maybe I'm just trying to 2-spell too hard. Maybe it doesn't matter. Let's talk about that. My feeling was like, oh, I gotta get my 2-spell action, but maybe we just don't need to. Yeah, it's not worth it. I'm just trying to get everything, right, Fenner? I'm just trying to get everything. But you're right, I don't need it. What we need is an answer to Spirit, which is going to be more what the Jarl is for. In fact, I kind of just like holding it all now. I think it's a good default to try to get the maximum of everything, but you got to put on the brakes when you realize it's not worth it. And yeah, a little bit weird because we're trying to be aggro, but I'm going to pass on all of it, looking to set up this play here. Complete 180. It's a little telegraphed to leave the Raptor back, but I'm going to risk it. I think not everybody's paying attention. And I have First Strike and Jarl, which is what I'm trying to do here. If they, what I'm thinking they do is Priest away the Oracle and then attack. And if they do that, we're going to get great value out of Raptor Jarl. But let's see if they sniff it out. All right. Well, I kind of like trading for the Frost Augur and eating the Spirit. I guess maybe they're willing to let us trade here because they have a big Narfi, but we're going to have a 3/2 that can threaten the Narfi. You wouldn't bother, you just take that. Also, this is good. Well, I don't know if it's good for them. It depends on how much snow they have, right? We know 100% we're doing this. And then, curious, Fenner says no trade. Anybody else have an opinion on trading? My inclination is to trade a value creature like that. I'm going to go with my gut, which just says we should. Oh, wait. Hold on, Ryan. Hold on, buddy. There you go. Can't... Jarl into the Priest doesn't do much, but I'll keep sending the Raptor and we'll drop the Courser. Could also make an Angel. Upgrading this into an Angel is interesting, but I think we still just play our spells for now. This is sorcery, right? It would be broken if you could respond to removal by making an Angel. for a land. So they're just swinging away freely because, yeah, we can block this, but it just comes right back. So I think we're kind of in race mode. And I'm just going to take the 4. Trading 4 for 3 right now. And if they go for a kill on something, we at least get to village rights. Let's see if they try that. I would think they would try to kill a flyer here. But maybe they're... Yeah, like, I don't see... Wow. Really surprising to me that they're not using a priest on the 2 power in the air. Maybe they just think they can win the race and are happy to encourage it. It is pretty grim here. And those priests don't have defender. They can't attack. Now I think we need to make an angel just to win the race. And to that end, I'm getting out of the... Well, maybe that's what they're waiting for, too. Let's see. 1... No, wait. 1, 2, 3. Currently, they can't kill an angel, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm going to Jarl the Angel the Jarl to keep all of our threats in the air. And we still get to hold the rights in that case. Oh, thank you, True. I'm not looking at the spell land, and it matters a lot, doesn't it? True would like me to be aware of the spell lands that I keep failing to be aware of. And with village rights, I'm going to play the land since we may want to have a lot of mana next turn off of village rights. If we draw, we could have 3 spells in hand to start our next turn. They need 2 blue for it. Good call, but still need to be aware that this could wreck our game just out of the blue. Not out of the blue. With the blue. Into the blue. And still on 3 snowlands. Take these broken wings. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, that was a turn for Oppo. Not looking good for the home team, gotta be honest. Loss number 2 incoming. I'm gonna dump the hand here, and sure, I'll attack your Planeswalker. I guess I could have Demonic Gifts to kill the Planeswalker, but I don't even think that's the concern. Like, Narfi is the real concern. I didn't even give you Narfi, sorry, here you go.
Shoot, mate. What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain. And this is 7? I'm gonna say no blocks.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Oh, sorry, Ice Hide for the pump. Yeah, sorry. I was too busy mostlying so that I could then actually die. I don't even care. That was an obvious mistake, but we were so dead. Sometimes I feel like my mistakes cost me games. Sometimes I feel like I just look a little silly. That was just look a little silly. Heck, I'm working on remembering you can pump it once. I'm gonna upgrade to remembering that it can pump multiple times once I consistently remember that it pumps once. Hey, look, Courser can actually turn for us a helm. That's cool. Nothing to do on 2 yet, but we're gonna keep this. Kind of hope they kill our raptor with something that just puts it in the graveyard. Hey, I was very specific about something that put it in the graveyard. Well, we got something to do on 2 at least. That's what I really wanted. Usher of the Fallen could be part of a 2 spell if we had more white, but as usual, we seem to be choked on at least 1 color of mana at all times. We're just going to play Courser ahead of the Helm following next turn. Yeah, these binds really aren't the worst for us. In here, just gonna go with the Helm, play. Nice 4/4 menace on 4. Five drop, what did you want to do? Oh, yeah, you just thought I couldn't do it. As it is, the Courser is making a bunch of stuff cheaper here. That's cool. Still can't find extra white though. Look at our, we're got plenty of black mana here. Let's go ahead and send our Helm though. Helmed up warrior. And now really just want to use all my mana, and that means Valkyrie, so, or as much of it as I can. I don't know, if you made me cut a card to include the 3 mana instant naturalized gain 4, I'm not sure what we would have cut for it, but boy, we sure would have had endless targets we would be quite happy to use it on. Although 3 mana to get rid of 1 mana isn't exactly the best tempo here, but still unlocking attackers would be nice. I'm just basically observing that indeed there are pretty endless sources of that here. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, endless targets. One of my leaks is sacking this without thinking about it, but in this case, I think we just want to sack it. We're not blocking, and I mean, I guess we could move a Helm onto it, but we already have the Helm. It's not going to add to the damage, but that's just fancy play, right? I think it's just fancy play. We're going to take the action. But this, it already gets it in. What do you mean? Like, we were already getting in with this. And I didn't have to spend mana to move a piece of equipment. As it is, this is really frustrating. Look how this is exactly why I played 10 sources of white. Exactly why I played 10 sources of white, but we're still getting punished. Yeah, I guess we'll go Story Seeker, because if we do find a Plains, we can go Oracle something else. And this is where the Helm is super nice. I mean, the Priest can take something out, but we just get to move the Helm around here. Could also just bind the Priest in gold. After we Oracle. and then we just have good attacks. They have no snow currently. That's true. I didn't really need to bind it in terms of worrying about removal, but it was a blocker. Like, they're at 3, and I think just getting our attackers on is still good. Oppo agrees. All right. Yeah, I'm raising my eyebrow at the amount of snow we saw, given the amount of snow demands they had in their deck. We talked about adding the green. You know, there was a green splash we were considering for this deck, but I would say just look at how much I've been struggling on 2-color and understand how reticent I am to splash a 3rd color in an aggro deck. I should write an article on it, Fenor. Scoop your first game so that you can 7-win each event. Interesting. We'll keep this and make it work. Are we in a battlefield Raptor or Usher first? I'm not sure. Let's go Usher. Well, if they had played, like, for example, the 1-2, obviously we'd play the Battle Raptor, right? So there were some things that Oppo could have done that changed this. Yeah, Rudy, you're right. We're both of us shaking our fist at the magic gods for different reasons. Both of us shook our fists, but I walked away with a win, I guess, so... Perfect foil to our Usher. Onslaught is gonna maybe change that later, but not right now. Right now, I think we just want to drop a Swamp and either Berserker or Foretell. Foretell gives us this at 1 mana next turn, maybe to do in conjunction with a Berserker. Swing, Boast, Fuel, Valkyrie. Interesting, but I think too much. I don't like that. I think we Foretell and see about next turn. Don't love this card. Feels like it's too clunky, but I've seen people play it. It's attacked me successfully, but I don't like that card. I shouldn't run this land out. There are worlds in which we decide to play a tap land and a 2-drop or something here, but I think we go for the Onslaught play here and then just decide what to cast after that. I'm going to send in with the Usher. Oh, shoot. I needed to play the land to do what I wanted to do. Bah! So now the question is, do I still do it? Yeah, I should still do it. I screwed up, but I'm not going to compound it by not attacking. It just means we don't get a token. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we can boast post-combat. Whew! Saved. For some reason I was thinking, like, we so often boast mid-combat. I was thinking I had to do it mid-combat there. So I screwed up and then got bailed out by the rules of boast. I wouldn't be racing if I were Oppo, but maybe they're desperate for land. Like, I thought that was a great stabilization play, but instead we get to keep at it here. I think I like Usher make a token and then Raptor Usher number 2 with land. And I will just make an Usher, bigger power. And we can start double boasting. Now let's see if they want to keep sending that Raven / boat. No, they're done with that. Understandable. Could sack one of these tokens and get an angel in the air, but maybe we don't need to do that yet. Valkyrie trades straight up with the flyer. So we can just play that. We can also Doomscar Battlefield. It continues to get us wide, and we get some extra life for potential racing. And we still have all the... Yeah, I think I'm going to do that.
You know what happened with the DRE?
No attacks, though. We have one of the Warhorn Blasts in the deck, and if I had to, I would play them, I think. With 2 Ushers and 2 of the soldiers that die into 1/1s, and Kaya making tokens. There's a lot of go wide stuff happening in the deck. For those of you who were part of the raids earlier and still sticking around, so glad you stuck with the stream. Hope you're enjoying it. If you haven't followed me yet, you could do that, and then maybe next time I'm on the air and you're free, you could join us again. That would be awesome. Thank you, Uncle. Just so. Again, I'm fine with that. Well, I'm fine with racing here. I'm surprised Oppo is attacking at all, but I don't know what their hand is. We do have a special land. Hey, we were just talking about you, Warhorn Blast. Welcome, friend. We're going to go Story Seeker, Foretell the Blast. Going to send the Raptor first, though. Oh, Berserker would be better. Yeah. I'm thinking, you know, we love Lifelink because it's Lifelink, but it's not the... Getting Berserker dead with the Warhorn Blast would be better, you're right. So let's send the Raptor for sure. Anything else? No, we just have a bunch of... The Kinseeker on the ground is too much. Yeah, we could trade off a token to get the Valkyrie down. That's not a token, one of the Ushers or whatever. But I think stuff will die on its own, or we'll just play the Valkyrie at full strength at some point because we like it. But right now, Berserker plus... Oh, here we go again with... I mean, you could make an argument to just hard cast both of our 2-drops, look for a basic land, and Warhorn Blast next turn. But I like the guaranteed blast, so let's foretell. If we do find a land, even we get to Warhorn Blast and boast one of our Ushers. I don't think it's greedy for us to overcommit to the board when we are a Warhorn Blast player, you know? What are they doing? Are we dead? What's happening? Now I'm worried that we're like dead. I don't know how. I know Fenrir. Fenrir is observing our opponent's rank, which likely means that these are just suspicious plays in terms of maybe not being the best plays. But I also don't like to assume anything about my opponent's quality. I try to assume they're going to do the right thing and that overall you're going to do better. You're going to have better results assuming that your opponents know what they're doing. But sometimes you have to be like, this is... So let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 6 damage. Like, what does this deck do for 6 damage? Maybe they think they're going to copy this and it's going to get the yeah, we can throw away the 1/1 for 6 damage, I suppose. I think they think they're going to copy this and they don't know the rule, which is you get what's in the sleeve. That's now my guess, that they pumped this thinking that by copying it as a pumped creature, they're going to get a 6/8 or whatever, but they're going to get a regular old Kinseekers. And unless they do something pretty great, we're going to win this game anyway. And they're not even going to be able to... Okay, they're doing Recluse. Yeah, we could have just taken that and have been okay, but I like this as well. We're going to send in with everything, and it's lethal. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it's way lethal if they don't block, and maybe even lethal if they do, regardless, starting with a swing away. So as long as anything above 1 power makes it through, we have the win. So I guess we have the win. Ranger did the math. I'll trust Ranger's math. Sure felt lethal. But thanks to chat, I don't even have to do addition or subtraction. Math is for chat, apparently. I live dangerously. Running with scissors. Trusting chat. All right, playing for the max wins. We did it once again. 0-1 into playing for max. Were we 0-2? I don't think we were ever 0-2. We were 0-1 for a while, and then we were 0-1, then 4-1. I think we went 4-2. Oh my gosh, all of our mana? I mean, I can't play an Usher on turn 1 because it's a sinkhole, but I'm happy that we have all our mana. Actually, I'm going to play another Plains, given the nature of our deck. Yeah. Hey, Kaya, happy to see you here. Unhappy that we don't really have a play out of hand, but happy that we have Usher to give us something to do here. Oops. Now we really want a couple of basics off the top, so we can go Braggart or Valkyrie into Kaya. And there we go, we got that. With the demonic gifts, too, I like just sending in with everything here. It's going to look like we're just giving up the Usher for another token. I almost want to do the token thing first to bait this, but we kind of get it all with this play. Basic off the top, we can Kaya and remove any one-card answer. No one-card answer, but another trick to use against. We could just bind in gold, though. A lot of things we could do here. Yeah, Braggart. If we want to give him a turn, though, I kind of like... I have a feeling with 3 colors out already and a tap for any color that we may really like to get this thing dead this turn. No matter what, it's going to be 3 mana. Huh. You'd rather go Onslaught than Bind? I'm going to think this one out. We're going to let this... Because this is interesting. Because Braggart uses our mana most efficiently. But Onslaught and Bound are the options that let us keep attacking. All right, I'm going to do it... I mean, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not attack. I'm gonna do the Braggart play, and here's why. If they do like ramp to one big thing, we may find a basic and just be able to exile it and get in cleanly for a ton. And if not, this actually also protects Kaya. It's fine. I wanted to apply a bunch of pressure, but I do think this hand supports this play. Uh-oh, no more elves. All right. Yeah, with this Elf War Master being so good against us as we saw, we're going to Kaya exile the War Master. We could also attack first in case they did something crazy like block, but they could then block here, and I don't want to have to use Usher mana. I could send at least the Braggart first though. So let's send only the Braggart. They can't really block it. If they do, I'm happy to spend the turn bragging instead of Kayaing. They do have 1 spell back and 2 mana available, so it could be a lot of things. Mists. Yeah, that's fine.
How hard could it be? And stay calm.
Exiled the War Master as a spitting out of tons of elf tokens is the type of thing we could lose to. Uh-oh. They taking extra turns? Wow, that's quite a way to take out a Kaya. Well done, Oppo. For those of you who missed that, this is what we got hit by there.
That's it. I quit.
That was unexpected. Unexpected, to say the least. Can't even get something out of the graveyard for that. Yeah, swing with Braggart. Although if we do that, we're committing to pumping it. So I don't want to do that till I know what my turn is, because they can just block and kill it unless we're ready to pump it. And that's 2 to do that. So that leaves us 3 left over, and we could go and just hard cast the Oracle. Yeah, that's true. Even if we pump it, they can just eat it, right? So no, I'm not going to do that. In that case, we're going to go Oracle and Foretell Onslaught. Well, I thought we had this one, but surprise extra turn out of nowhere from Oppo has made it a lot more interesting. What is Rocket mad at? The existence of other bioorganisms outside of our house, and about half the time inside of our house. Yeah, this is nice. We're going to get rid of something for an angel eventually, but right now... just Valkyrie, hold up Onslaught. Seems fine. Squash is going to get our flyer. Onslaught's 1 toughness pump, not going to help there. All right, we need to get back up in the air here, and we need to bind something else of theirs in the air. Village Rites is great for helping us find some answers. I think we would rather have a Braggart around than a token, but we can do that mid-combat as well, and potentially Onslaught to take out the bird. Let's send in, first of all, and I'm not going to bind yet, because they might block and we can use the Onslaught to take out the 3/3 instead, because we kind of need to kill 2 of the flyers. This is aggro, but the Village Rites is somewhat informing this play. We have both the Onslaught and the Village Rites that allow us to do a lot in response to however they might block. So now Onslaught could save the Usher. We could spend another 2 to make a token even, and then still have 3 to bind one of the birds. Or we can boast the Braggart instead of make a token. Glad to be putting Oppo in a tank for once. They're trying to figure out all the possibilities we might be up to here. And there are several. Okay. So, now I definitely like Braggart to have it live. So I want to do this. We can double strike the Braggart now and win against Bird, but we lose Usher. So at that point, we would want to. So we can go Onslaught, Village Rites, and Usher, and have that be the way we spend our final 4. Yeah, I think the bird needs to die, right? And having the bound in hand, assuming they keep their other Raven back to block or something, is nice to have to surprise eliminate a blocker coming up. If we can stay on the front foot. We're trying to turn this around and flip it to us being the aggressive player. Warhorn Blast, pretty nice to go along with the go wide we've done here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't have a basic land to give us both Bind and Warhorn Blast, but we may be able to split it up over 2 turns, but maybe this is just enough. We'll see what they do with their turn. Four blockers on our 5 attackers, but then we wipe out their forces. All right, that's a good start for them to get rid of that. But we do have this bind in gold. I think this just means we're going to go for, well, I don't know if they're going to be aggro, maybe. Let's see what we get here. Okay, so if we send in everything and they block 3, leaving us with 1, we don't get them, although they lose their team. You know, they would lose everything but the Augury Raven. But I think we should just, let's see, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like using all these for this turn. And then next turn having Bind in Gold, Usher, War, you know, a nice turn next turn. And I am going to hold back. I'm not even going to, we're just going to try and do it all next turn. So that's my play. Oppo with the pause. I don't know if it would pause just because they have a mana creature. Is there a land? Might be something in hand. Not sure here. Not sure what's creating the pause. I see what Hat did there. If we can keep all these creatures and resolve this Warhorn Blast, I don't see how we lose, but we'll see. Ask and you shall learn. How about we can go Doomscar, bind the worm, or we can bind the worm and still have, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. We can still bind the worm and have the Warhorn Blast, so let's just do that. Still, really rough. Boy. Do we still have to do it? Or now do we go next turn? Do we do it next turn and drop an Oracle? Hey, Kenji. Welcome. Big raid. Boy, we're at the end of our match, and I was going to go off air, but I guess with a big raid, I got to draft again after this. Welcome, Kenji Raiders. We're trying to puzzle this out. We just tried to put a bound in gold on a Lindworm, but it got a hexproof counter, or a hexproof. So now, yeah, now we can go. Now I do, except we don't have the, yeah, let's do this. That's a good point. Let's do this. Don't do that. Oh, it didn't let me because I ran out of time. But I'm going to say no attackers, and we'll do it on the second main. It's not usually Jim Hopper that I get a comment on. It's usually the guy from Walking Dead. The sheriff from Walking Dead is who I often get compared to. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall Sutcliffe before I spent 7 years at Wizards of the Coast, 5 of it in R&D working on Magic, and another 2 of it working on this very game right here. Okay. Now, are we blocking this Raven? Are we just... They're out of... We're obviously blocking the Lindworm, but I think we just chump the Lindworm and crack back for the Warhorn Blast and see if it's enough. Is it going to be? Maybe it's not. They do draw a card. It's true. You want to make the trade? You want to do it like this? I don't have time to do the math, Fenor, so I'm going to do this. I'm timing out here, so I can't do that. Now I like Doomscar plus Shieldmate to try and set up an attack next turn after they keep cracking in with this Lindworm. We can chump with the Shieldmate. And then chumping with the Shieldmate will give us another attacker to be pumped by the Warhorn Blast on the crackback. Couple of Oracles also help us on the race. Maybe we can just take the Lindworm. All right, somebody start doing math for me. Maybe we want to send the Courser. If they want to block 2 in the air, if they want to trade 2 chumps for the Courser, that's fine. If they want to take 2, that's fine. And if they want to draw a couple cards, well, I don't like that. It means they're sending their blockers in at us, setting us up for the Warhorn Blast. So I am going to send the 1 flyer here. And nothing else is worth attacking with. Thank you for those follows. And yeah, you guys might just keep me on the air here. I was not going to stay on, but maybe we'll do another draft with all these new friends hanging out. All right, so we're going to accept that, do the chump as suggested. This just looks like a free block. I'm going to call this bluff. So hopefully they don't just, like, boom, dump a bunch of blockers now. If they don't dump a bunch of blockers, we should be good. That's kind of a bunch of blockers. Darn it. Perfect card for them to add to this board. The other thing I do besides streaming is secondary market. I sell Magic cards on the side as well. And I'm also dad, homemaker extraordinaire. Well, just as I was saying, hopefully they don't puke out a bunch of blockers. They puked out a bunch of blockers, and now I think we're just going to lose this. I think we have petered out, and this is not going to be enough. This was not the draw we needed. With a really nice draw, we could have gotten there, but as it is, we're definitely...
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
But here, I'll give you a changelings, too, since we saw some changelings. Well, I think we're dead, so what I'm going to do is just ship it, and if they make terrible blocks, we win. They're going to make good blocks, and we're going to lose, but then we'll just figure out what else we're going to do.
Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
Did we win? Did we win? Oh. What? Oppo blocked? Hey, we can make a chump. We're not dead yet. We're still mostly. Still mostly. I know, right, Sloth? Come on, Oppo, that's not fair blocking. I don't think we're going to get him decked, but let's try. We're actually closer than I thought we would be after that attack and pump. Of course.
Oh, here comes the flood.
Not going to do it here. Are we just dead now? I'll stay one more time. We'll hold off for one more turn. Draw another land. Block one there, and we can take 4, so we'll take 4. Thank you so much for all those follows. So glad to have you all here. Well, we'll go for the old school on this one.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
We didn't make it for this Vandal, but I like playing that for all the Vandals. All the Vandals in the house. And look, we found another land, so you get part 2.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
We're beyond mostly and into...
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there. Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
I am going to draft again today. I wasn't gonna, but with a big Kenji raid, I gotta put on a display for the new guests, right? We have guests, everybody. Although, I'm going to show you... so, Kenji viewers, I know a lot of you are probably Magic Online players, since Kenji is heavily about Magic Online. But I'm going to show you, as we switch to our new draft, I'm going to show you my #1 piece of advice for anybody looking to stretch their arena dollar who plays a lot of limited. So stay tuned for that. But first, I'm going to say goodbye to our YouTube friends. We'll catch you in the next draft, YouTube friends. All right? See ya.